Hello everyone and welcome back to another Zenphi tutorial. As you can tell by the title, today we have a very exciting use case. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to create a new flow. We're going to scroll down and click on the Zenphi form submission. First, make sure you have your Zenphi table created. If you want to create a new table, simply click on Create New Table. That'll allow you to be able to change the name of your table. You can add different columns. In this case, we have two columns, the item name and the price. Now within the flow, Zenphi Forms allows you to have a very specific feature that Google Forms doesn't allow. So we're going to go ahead, add a new field, click on Lookup. This is going to allow you to be able to look up a value from a Zenphi table. So let's say this form is to be able to update the price of an item. Once I've added the title and the description, I can put the item here. Here where it says Zenphi Table, you're going to click on the drop down and you're going to select your table. Here in condition, you can add different ones. In this case, since I wanted to show every single item here, what I'm going to do is add item is not null, meaning it's going to return everything in which this column isn't empty. However, if you have maybe a third column that has the number of stock, you can choose to show everything that has a stock greater than 0, ensuring you only show items that you actually have in your storage. Here you can choose which column you want to display. So if you want to show the name of the item or the price, in this case we'll choose the item. You can choose if you want to order in a specific way, by price or by item, which can be ascending or descending if you prefer. Here you can configure the number of max results, which would be the number of table items it would show. So if you have more than 100, make sure you change that number. And then you can choose if you want it to be a drop-down checkbox and if you want them to be able to select multiple items. In this case, I'm going to leave it like this. We're going to save and close. And now how that lookup feature works within Zenphi is it's essentially telling us which table item they selected. So it's going to be telling us this is a row they selected. We're going to search for our Find Record action. After you click that, you're going to select the table that you used within the form. For the record ID, you're going to click here on our chain icon. This is our token picker, and you'll already see it as a suggestion. If you have multiple lookups within the form, just make sure you look at the name here, which is the title that you gave that specific field. And then you can choose what you want to return. Do you want to be able to return the item name, the price, both? And if we look at the output of the action, we can see that now we have not only the record ID, but we also have the value of the price and the name of the item. So now if I want to take it one step further and add another field with the new price, you can choose any of these. I'm going to leave it in short text. We're going to go ahead and save. And now we're going to do update record. So once again, select your table. For the record ID, you can get it straight from the trigger or from our lookup, and then you can choose what you want to update. So if you want to update the price, we can select the price, use a token picker, go to our form data, and then choose a new price. So let's see how this would work in practice. Make sure you save and publish your flow. This will give you a link that you can use to be able to fill out the form. So if I choose a Chromebook, the old price was this one right here, but let's go ahead and change it to this. We'll go ahead and submit. As we can see, it just ran, and if I go to my table and I refresh it, I have the new price here automatically. Now my favorite part about using the lookup feature is that you're able to pull the values dynamically from your Zenphi table. So if you add values or remove values, it'll automatically change within your form. This is a lot easier to maintain than if you were to use a drop-down or a multiple choice where you have to go in and modify everything.